Wrestle this and that. Wrestle this and that. Brother Rick, with Brother Don, wanna wrestle this and that. Wrestle this and that. We talk about wrestling, it's a fact. I'm Brother Rick, with Brother Don, wanna wrestle this and that.
We're back with Wrestle This and
That.
I'm your host, Brother Rick. This is my co-host, Brother Don.
Juan.
No doubt.
Well, guys, it's been a busy week for wrestling and a lot of news going on, and this is the man with the news. Without further ado, let's go to Reco'S Rumor Report.
Hey, Don, let's kick it off with the injury report.
Oh, man.
It seems like everybody's getting hurt
Oh,
while everybody's healing up.
yeah.
We'll start off and kick off with what you started off last week with Nikki Bella. Of course, everybody knows she's going for neck surgery. She had the neck surgery this past Wednesday. Everything went as planned. Everything is great. Now she's healing in the healing process, and they didn't give a timeline of when she's going to return, if she's going to return. What do you think about that?
Well, I just want Nikki to get better. I hope that she comes back. I guess now it's kind of teetering on the same thing with the Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, yeah, of course. I have news on Daniel Bryan also. Sheamus has an injury. Sheamus, it's been identified that Sheamus' injury is on his left arm, and he has tendonitis. He suffered from tendonitis, and
Okay.
he's going to have a cast on it, and he may carry it over through WrestleMania. They want to make sure this heals up where he can at least participate in WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Another injury, unknown injury that we didn't know anything about. You know, Sasha Banks had one. We didn't know exactly what it was. Now Naomi has one. Road Dogg Jesse James stated on Twitter that she's suffered from some type of injury. Well, Naomi got on Twitter and said, no need to worry. She's dealing with a health issue that is not wrestling related. She says she will be back and ready next week.
Okay, next week.
Speaking of Daniel Bryan has been cleared by not only his doctors, but also WWE doctors also. Everything is...
Yes.
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 We don't know that
Yes.
yet. You know why? Because everything is in Vince McMahon's hand. The decision is Vince McMahon, and all this has to say is you're back on a roster or you're not going to be on the roster. So he has, like I said, he has passed every physical there is, and he's just ready to be called up. We're going to go into some big backstage news for the main roster.
Okay.
And the main roster, there has plans, excuse me, the plan is to call Samoa Joe up to the main roster after WrestleMania 32.
After WrestleMania, okay.
After WrestleMania. He has defeated Finn Balor for his NXT title, and basically he's ready to be moved on and pushed up to the main roster. Also, it's a possibility that they're going to be bringing Sami Zayn to the main roster. You know, he was at the main roster until he got that injury that almost put him out for a whole year.
Right, and then he did show up at the Royal Rumble.
And almost did the same thing. But stop swinging your arms, man. That's what put you out the first time. But anyway, those two guys are about to be called up to main roster.
Okay.
As in for Finn Balor, everybody wants him to show up at the main roster. WWE do not want him to be in the main roster. They want him to be the face of NXT.
Okay.
So I want to see him at main roster. So after he's been a face, bring him up to the main roster, okay? It's been reported also, Don, that at Royal Rumble, Batista was backstage. Vince McMahon had a basically intense meeting with Batista, trying to get him to show up at WrestleMania 32 in a non-wrestling capacity.
No, I thought you were going to say in a Hollywood versus Hollywood match against The Rock.
No, he would lose that, even though Batista's doing great for himself. But unfortunately, Batista declined. He said maybe down the road at another big event this year.
Okay.
But he's not going to show up at WrestleMania. But anything can
Well,
happen.
good for Batista. Not wanting to take the spotlight away from guys.
Yeah, stay your ground. He's always been that way. He really has. Another rumor is that apparently Vince McMahon wants to push a Brock Lesnar working with Braun Strowman. He wants to push that, I guess, because these guys are two big guys. He's not pushing that for WrestleMania, but he is pushing probably before or maybe after WrestleMania. These two guys have some type of match together.
Okay.
And that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Get the big man out there. See what he can do besides a hard, strong clothesline. You know what I'm saying? See what else he can do. There's some talk. Now, this is what we ended SmackDown with this.
okay.
So I'm going to pick up where you left off at. There is some talk that Dean Ambrose may turn heel. And it could happen before or after WrestleMania. So what you've been saying, that it's a possibility that him and Roman have been saying some verbal words to one another. It's a possibility that he will be turning bad guy. Is that a good thing or bad thing? We'll see. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That wraps up my Rico Rumor Report. Next up, what do Don think? We got a good question for Don to answer.
All right, guys. I can't wait to answer and let you guys know what I think about the question. So,
I'm Brother Reed.
I'm Brother Don Juan.
Also, this and that.
Out.
We'll be back.